YouTube, welcome back to another video, guys. Today, we're going to be bringing you the first episode of the Whatever Football podcast, guys. We're going to be hosting it weekly, maybe twice a week if we get the opportunity, but we're going to be here with Josh every single week. How you doing, Rafi?
Good, buddy. How are you?
Good. Guys, we're just going to, it's pretty much eventually, turn it into on Spotify and all that stuff once I figure all that out. But for now, on YouTube, going to come talk about football and, like the title says, whatever in football. So, Ralphie obviously supports United. I support Arsenal. So, there will be a lot of topic around that and whatever else is relevant in football at the time. So, Ralph, you want to kick us off with anything? Your thoughts at the moment? Premier League, football. Liverpool just won the cup this morning.
Yeah, Liverpool won the cup. Arsenal looking fairly convincing at the moment for top four. Relegation battle is very much alive. Yeah. I think we'll obviously go into a little bit further detail. However, at the moment, I probably think there's 6 or 7 teams, that are really into that battle, and the Premiership's definitely on as well.
Yeah, it's. I think this year probably maybe out of the last 6 or 7, it's one of the better ones. At least we've got now Liverpool sort of competing with City if they win that game in hand against Arsenal. They're in a better run of form. 5 wins on the bounce. Obviously relegation's heating up. There's a lot in there, and then obviously top 4. And it's a sort of hey Will, how you doing, buddy? Arsenal for 4th, bro. I reckon Arsenal have a good chance even for 3rd. I know a lot of people aren't talking about it, but Chelsea, they haven't really been that convincing. Got a late minute winner against Crystal Palace to give them 3 points, but they're not that far. If Arsenal win, whatever it's Chelsea on, if we even just win our 1 game in hand on Chelsea, that puts us 2 points away. And there's a few catch-up games there as well. So we're in that area, and I think Chelsea really need to be spoken about in that top 4 race. That's just my opinion.
I do agree with you wholeheartedly. I think
they're not firing, man. Lukaku's been dead.
2 months ago, Chelsea were one of the favourites to win the league.
Yeah.
I think I probably tipped them to win the league.
I did as well. Yeah, I thought Lukaku would bang 20 for the season. I put him top goal scorer.
Yeah, I know. I'll be surprised if he hangs around beyond the end of the season.
What do you reckon Lukaku will leave?
Yep, I think he will leave at the end of the year. Either he's just not getting any minutes. A, he's not getting any minutes. B,
he didn't even start this morning in the final.
Correct, exactly. And
he did score a good goal. It was just offside, like a freaking fingernail offside this morning. You have a feeling we'll bottle the top 4? We always do. See, well, that's my reservations as well, brother. A lot of people are getting hyped around the situation. Arsenal, it's in good form, but I sort of take it back. We had I think it was a bad November. We had an excellent December. January, excellent December. We scored 22 goals, conceded 3 or something. January comes around. We scored 1 goal in January, like a tap-in goal.
Really?
Really struggled. Didn't win a game in the whole of January. February comes around. We've had another great February. We caught, a lot of opponents around us did fail to accumulate points, and we took advantage on a couple of games. So we did scrape a couple, obviously with Wolves that just happened and the Brentfords and whatever. But, that's what you got to do in football. You got to scrape those games and do that. And we've done that. We haven't done that for a long time, which is good. Usually we don't come back in games. And I think that Wolves game was the first time that Arsenal under Mikel, I think it was their first game ever that they've come back after losing. So, which is pretty damning in itself after 2.5 years.
I think with you guys personally, you're showing a little bit of form. Do I think that, obviously, I know in terms of you, Dill, in terms of Arteta, manager, yes or no kind of argument. I think, do you have potential to make top 4? Yes. However, are you a club that I think are going to be challenging for the league in 2 to 3 years? No, if that makes sense.
Oh, what you mean?
So, and that's where sometimes it's easy because it's personally, I see reading from the outside, Arsenal fans, oh yeah, we're on the way up, we're on the way. Yeah, you are, but I still think you're going to get that to that plateau.
Yeah, it's going to be a ceiling, and the ceiling you need that transition. So I feel the same as well. I know a lot of fans, like I see what some fans say. They reckon like if Mikel's back, it's only 3 years. He's gonna win the Premier League, win the Champions League. It's like it's not that simple, bro. Like we've seen Pep struggle to win the Champions League. We've seen
Mm.
Klopp struggle to win a league, and those are world class elite managers that have struggled to do it. So a guy with no experience, I just can't see that happening. And he's learning on the job, and I don't think at a football club with the stature of Arsenal, I don't think that's the way. I can appreciate what he's done with the team, the transition. Like I am Arteta out, as they say, but a lot of people, get stubborn in the way. But I can appreciate the culture has changed. I can definitely see, the players are finally playing for the badge. They're finally playing for the manager as well. And, I think like it is good, but I think there's that ceiling there, like you said. And I think your daughter.
Yeah, it's my little one to keep me awake after all the sandbag filling.
But yeah, I think there is a ceiling. Only time will tell. Obviously, look, I want Arsenal to do the best they can, but I do think there is a ceiling there. So I'm not going to get ahead of myself, and that's what I said to the guys. Like it's great that we got the Wolves win. I was pumped as the goal like went in. I was like hyped as ever. But once that moment comes down, it's can you keep the consistency up in the next 14 games to do it? And sort of like Will said, like we've bottled it so many times, and I've seen it on so many instances that I don't have that faith there to think that it's going to happen. And I think a lot of Arsenal fans have been conned into thinking that, it's a cement spot that we're going to get. But there's so many hard games that we have coming up, and teams around us can start picking up form. Clubs like yours, you're not doing the best, but you've got the players there that can win games, even though you're playing bad. Chelsea have a good squad. Tottenham still have Kane and Son. Howie, appreciate the bits, brother. Legend. And they still have like Kane and Son and stuff like that. They got that. Who they just signed? The two guys.
You're talking about the one that scored on the weekend?
He just scored on the weekend as well. Yeah.
Yeah,
So they got those two Juve guys as well.
I think he ends in
Bentancur
or something.
Kulusevski.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
So yeah, like look, there's always a chance, but I reserve, my excitement and opinion till the end of the year.
Anything can happen. I think at the moment, I'm just having a look at the league, the ladder again now. So
yeah.
So I guess we're in fourth. We're 2 points ahead. We're 2 points ahead of yourself. But you've got 3 games in hand. So effectively speaking, I know.
But after the games in hand, Chelsea, Liverpool, and Tottenham.
Are they really the games in hand?
That's why I don't count them as games because they're not points on the board. Okay. So that's why a lot of
fans are really your games in hand. Wow,
okay.
I didn't realize that.
So Liverpool was the cup this weekend.
Yeah.
Chelsea postponed because they were in that UEFA Club Cup World Championship, and then we also have a Tottenham game that got postponed because of our players because of the COVID and stuff. So that's our 3 games. So for me, bro, if I come out of that with 4 points. Realistically, you got to somewhat be happy with that, and that only puts us on par with you, really.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's not unforeseeable.
And we also got to play each other, etc., too.
So there's a lot of things. So there's no point debating top 6 until we've won half a dozen games. Emery has done the best run, top 4. Oh yeah, he did have a horrible squad. 2 until Ramsey was cracked 3rd Europa League final. Stu, I agree with you, bro. It's not over till it's over, man. Have you seen our upcoming fixtures? I haven't seen
Very tough.
Upcoming fixtures. Yeah.
We got City, Liverpool, Atletico, City, Spurs, Atletico, Liverpool in the month of March, I believe, with maybe one other team in there too.
Jeez, yeah. Dougie,
so that's tough. That's tough. Actually, speaking of that, there you go. So what's the so Aubameyang, is he on? Because obviously I don't keep.
No, he's not loan. So
is he on loan, or is it a buy?
We canceled the contract and paid out the contract, so we're gonna. I think it's gonna work out the way that we've paid his contract, so maybe works as a loan till the end of this year. We're gonna pay it, and then next year Barca will offer him a new contract, new terms, everything.
Okay,
like that.
So he's finished at Arsenal.
He's done, yeah. But he's
the first player in modern era, I believe, to score a hat trick in Spain, England. What else? Italy.
Yeah, he did Serie A and Liga.
Yeah.
He just hasn't done. He didn't do anything when he was at AC. I think he was at AC for a little bit, so he didn't do anything there. But who knows? But yeah, like Will said, 5 goals in 3 games, man. And for me, it's not just shitty goals. And I always said Abba was wasted. and I would always prefer Abba over Eddie and Laka, but like not my choice at the end of the day. Luca, what's happening, brother? But yeah, it's just I don't know, man. I don't want to get into the Aubameyang thing. You know, I'm a bit annoyed about it because to me, who do you want coming off the bench, Eddie or
Mm.
Abba? Like, and you want to
Oh,
get top
I
four, and then you don't
even
bring in a loan, you don't bring in a player, and like
but
it's
even
just
then, not even
there's
coming
that
off the bench.
stubbornness and
What about Laka
arrogance as
starting?
well.
I don't even think like as a personally. I don't even think you won't win a league with Lacazette up front. Never, never.
I don't think we've been top four with Lacazette in the team.
Yeah. So
So that
again,
to me it says it all. You pay 55 mil for a striker, 200K a week, and people are excited to watch him twerk and
mm,
hold off players. And to me, that's not it, bro. Like you're a striker. Yes, you have great holding on the ball ability, but at the end of the day, you're there to score goals. You're not scoring goals. You're not doing a good job. That's just
correct.
how you're judged. It's just if like you're a keeper or a defender. It doesn't matter how many saves De Gea makes. They always remember the ones he concedes. So,
I agree.
but yeah, do you want to talk about your guys? I guess like you've had a couple of really bad results coming in the last few weeks, obviously that enabled Arsenal to sort of claw back. You've drawn obviously against Watford. Didn't
Yeah.
you lose to Southampton as well?
Nah, yeah. So when I actually look at the form, so we've actually got we drew against Southampton,
Yeah,
one
three
each.
draws.
But so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10, hang on, give me one. 11. So the last time we actually lost a game, if you take away the penalty loss to Middlesbrough, was actually Jan 4th against Wolves. So we're actually in all competition 11 games
Yeah,
unbeaten.
yeah, actually, yeah, I've heard that. I've heard that. Yeah.
However, the problem is that I actually saw a statistic today, and you've probably seen it too, Dill. And a lot of people have probably saw it as well. That in the last 10 games, so I think personally, Rennick's actually got us playing very good football. We're creating the chances.
Oh, you're just
However,
not putting them away. Yeah, you're creating a lot.
we're not putting them away. I've seen a stat today. You know, we're averaging like an XG of three a game
Mm,
over the last
it's
10
massive. Yeah,
fixtures, and you know we're scoring. We're struggling to score one.
barely
Oh,
one.
we
Yeah.
might score one, but we won't score over two. So for an XG of
Mm,
three, you think about the chances that you create for an XG of three. You know, you're
it's a
creating
lot.
at least 6 to 8 half decent chances where a good striker should score. Yeah, will I sort of agree with you a little bit? I agree with you slightly. However, it's hard to say it as a United fan. Obviously, what he's done for the club over the years, I think Ronaldo to United had to be done. You know, obviously with City about to get him, I don't think there was much of a choice. Has he hindered the squad? I would say in the first 6 to 8 games, no.
Yeah, because
However,
you're
he's in
scoring. Yeah.
yeah. However, he's in a real slump at the moment. I actually said to you, Deal, last week. I
Mm.
think from memory, you know that even when Ronaldo was scoring, although he was on the score sheet, there were tap-ins. You know, like he was, you know, that there was, you know, it was ricochets off the bar for a
Yeah,
six
it's only
yard
that
in.
one
It was
from last week was the only old
yeah.
school
I
run
think
goal.
last week in Atlanta he scored a screamer to to obviously win us the
Mm.
game. The rest of them, you know, you expect even we could finish them. You know,
Mm.
in the if we're in the right position, I think he's missing 10 games, one goal
That's pretty bad.
at the
Yeah.
moment. 10 games, one goal. It's
Yeah, but it's
scary, but
also it is Ronaldo, but it's also the other guys as well. Like Bruno's missing a lot. I've seen Cavani miss a few.
correct.
Rashford's been poor as well. Like he's
What's happening
been
with Rashford?
shocking.
Oh,
I don't know. Like,
there's
do you reckon you get rid of Rashford in the summer, or is he too much of a United mainstay now, where he's just gonna be at the club for a long time but not achieve what he was ever meant to achieve at the club? You know,
yeah.
maybe like how Theo Walcott was at Arsenal, stayed way too
Mm,
long. We thought not that he was an Arsenal boy. We bought him really young at like 16, but
mm.
he was there for like a long time where we thought he could be the next best thing. You know, gave him the 14 jersey number, and he just never lived up to anything really. Although he did score past 100 goals, but it was
Yeah, I
still
think
like
Rashford's
not
going to
for
be the
his.
same. Very
Yeah.
similar. I don't think you're not unless and I know I always talk about it unless United eventually get rid of their owners in terms of the Glazers, and or they move
Mm.
on or whatever it might be. I think your people like your Rashfords, your Maguires, etc., your McTominays, etc., are going to be at the club for years on years on years. And the scary thing
Maguire
is
needs to be
actually,
sacked.
oh, mate, he needs to go. But the problem is, right? You look at although some of these people haven't been in good form, you look at the players they're going to be. So you look at United's squad at the moment with how we're
Mm.
performing, and so you've got De Gea, he'll hang around next year, which is quality, rate him, obviously. But then you look at
So you're all for him getting that new contract?
Oh, definitely, yeah.
Okay.
He's been our
You
player of
you
the
don't
year.
think you don't think Henderson should step up and sell on De Gea?
He needs to
Oh,
go.
oh really?
I would, I
Okay.
would, I'm that. I'm personally that convinced that we need to get rid of Henderson, and we need to move on. We need to bring. I don't think Heaton's a good enough keeper for a backup. However, I think we need to get rid of Henderson. De Gea's proved himself to be one of the best keepers again in the world this year. And in my eyes, after last year with a controversy between Henderson and De Gea, it just shows De Gea's mentality, because it's really, really easy to go, oh, pressure, fuck this, and all this kind of stuff. And it just goes way over the top of your head where he just loses the plot. But I think
Mm.
he's put in a lot of hard work through the off season to really come back and prove himself, and to put his best foot forward to say, I'm number one. I'm the number one keeper in Manchester United.
He's definitely last year. Not even last year, maybe the last couple of years, he's been really
Mm.
bad. So I know
Yeah.
why that Henderson conversation came up, because you saw Henderson
Oh,
shine on loan,
I agree. Yeah.
and yeah, this year he's saved you so many times in so many games. He's done a couple of fumbles, but every keeper makes some mistakes. Like he's saved
Correct.
you 9 times and made one mistake in those like 10. Like
Yeah. Exactly.
he's definitely been an asset to you, especially with those frauds at the back you got.
Disgusting. Hey.
I actually think that you guys, minus De Gea, if you look at that back four, I reckon that's probably like the 8th best defense in the league.
It's What's
It's
really
really
concerning
bad.
is that we've got Rafael Varane in, like, obviously, and when he's fit and he plays, we've got Rafael Varane that we signed in the summer. What, multiple time Champions League winner, multiple time La Liga winner, World Cup winner, and
Mm.
and we're
He
talking
has
and
been he has
agreeing.
been out a lot this year though. So
Yeah, but still, we're talking and agreeing that our defense is that mediocre. I know it's only one player out of four, etc., but still, it just goes to show how poor the people around him are
mm.
for us to be having this conversation. You brought Van Dijk into Liverpool, and it's like and they're rock solid. You bring Varane into United, and
Yeah,
nothing
well,
nothing changes.
someone of Varane's caliber should definitely lift that team up, because like you
Mm,
said, like World Cup winner, 3 times UCL, still at a decent age, a lot of experience, but I don't know, maybe if you partner him with someone better potentially. But yeah,
won't
like
happen
you're
though.
saying, Will, Henderson is a half decent player. He doesn't need to move on. Henderson could easily start for another EPL team without a question, without a doubt.
Easily.
Like if
I I,
he
re-
you
I think
start over
Henderson's
you
better
start
than.
over Pickford,
I was about to say
yeah,
the exact same thing. I reckon Henderson's better than Pickford.
yeah. Bro, I'm telling you right now, with this England stuff that's coming up, Ramsdale should be England's keeper.
Mm.
I'm not even an English fan, but
Won't
Ramsdale's
be
been
though.
the best
I
keeper.
don't think.
I
Won't.
know he won't
Yeah.
be,
Mm.
but I'm just saying that's what it should be. Because Pickford isn't good enough. He's a little T-Rex. Hendo's hasn't had the game time, and Ramsdale's
Mm.
just been exceptional all year. It should be based off form, but yeah, that's a whole
I
separate
think I think Henderson could
conversation.
could probably comfortably start as number one in, say, 13 to 14 teams in the Premier League.
Yeah, 14
Obviously,
teams. Yeah,
minus
easy.
City, Liverpool, Chelsea, United. Obviously, Ramsdale with Arsenal, I'd probably say
Mm.
five.
I'd put him.
Um,
Tottenham. He's better than
and
Lloris.
and 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 Schmeichel with Leicester. I reckon the rest of them. Oh, I was going to say exactly why I didn't mention it. Lloris is.
He's dead.
I
He's
reckon
done. He's
he's
done.
gone. He's done.
Yeah, he's done.
He's
Yeah.
done.
If that would actually be a fantastic signing for Tottenham if they signed
Mm.
Henderson from United. Probably English keeper. What 20 mil? You reckon?
Yeah, I think
Second
so.
second string keeper. We paid 30
Yeah,
for Ramsdale. So yeah, I reckon. I
and he's
reckon
young.
20. He's
Young.
young.
He's
Yeah.
got 10, 15 years. He's got 15 odd years left in him.
Yeah. Lloris
Comfortably.
is finished. Yeah. Jose Sar's underrated. Yeah, that's true, bro. He
What's
has been doing great.
mm,
Yeah.
Wolves are looking good this year. They're starting to look strong. I know they've had 2 losses on the bounce,
Nah, yeah, but
You know,
they're a really watching them play. They're a really tough team. They in that, especially in that Arsenal game, they missed a few like easy chances where they could have won that game very easy. That's why I didn't get too hyped as well, because like Jimenez had a chance early on, straight after their goal, where he could have scored again. That Hang Hee Chan, he could have scored as well straight after we scored. Then there was who's the one that came off the bench just from injury. I was going to say Jota. It's not Jota. It's
no, anything away
anyway.
from Wolves.
Yeah, for Wolves. I can't remember his name
Oh
now.
yeah.
Anyway, he came off the bench and he scored. Just Gabriel got a touch on his shin, and it just went wide of the post. So yeah, like Wolves are a great team. They've always been a struggle for you guys as well. I think they're sort of like
Always.
your every time they
Bogey
verse you,
team.
I always bet them. Yeah.
Who's your tip to your three to go down this year? Like as it currently stands right now.
As it currently stands here, I had Newcastle before the transfer window.
Me
Now,
too.
obviously,
Yep.
they went and spent big time because they
Oh,
were just
I
abysmal.
reckon they'll finish top half. Or that they'll come close to finishing top half. Newcastle,
Well, yeah, they're on they're
unbeaten
on
in 6 or 7 or something ridiculous.
25 points and 10th spot's 33. Yeah, they can do that pretty easy.
Mm.
And they've still got 2 games in hand on 10th spot, so
Yep, correct.
it's pretty easy. Relegation, I think Everton are getting dragged in it, man.
Me too.
They're really, really struggling.
Me too.
It would not shock me, because if I'm going to look at, obviously Norwich, probably the ones that are going to go under. Watford look not the best as well. They're both 2 points away, but Burnley, Everton, yes, they have a couple of games in hand, but they're on 21, 22 points. But I think Burnley's in the better form. Burnley's getting results against bigger teams.
Yep.
Playing better football. That Van Horst or whatever up front, bro. I'd fucking take him today.
He's not too bad, eh?
He looks like a good striker. Good striker. So
good signing.
Sell Chris Wood, buy this guy, made 20 more profit, and find a better striker. I think that's pretty crazy. But
I think Burnley will stay up.
I would have said Leeds as well, but they just sacked Bielsa, so it just depends who takes them over. If
Correct.
they kept Bielsa, they were going under for sure. They've been doing disgusting. So, but it's going to be open, man. Brentford have played more games than everyone else, and they've started dropping a lot.
Man, that's scary. You think about Christmas, just before Christmas time, we were talking about Brentford being top half of the table.
We did, yeah. We were talking about them just
look
securing
at their run of form.
I don't think they've won a game this year, have they? They got 5 losses on the bounce, I think.
Yeah, it's scary.
Lost to Newcastle, drew with Palace, lost to us, lost to City, lost to Everton, lost to United, lost to Wolves. When was this? January 17th, lost to Liverpool.
There you go.
Lost to Southampton in January.
Scary, yeah.
They're
Burnley are looking. I think Burnley will stay up, although they don't. I'm just having a look now. So they've had the least amount of wins in the Premier League. However, if you actually look at obviously their goals for aren't the greatest. However, their goals against, beside City, Liverpool, Burnley, besides City, Liverpool, Chelsea, Arsenal, Wolves. So don't get me wrong, that's still 6 teams, but 6 teams that are around the mix. Burnley have the best defensive record in the league out of the other 14 teams in the league.
They're very hard. I think they're very tough to break down, but since they bought that striker, they can actually score goals now. Like they went and won 3-0 at Brighton. Brighton, a hard team, and they went and won 3-0 there. So I think Burnley are going to be safe. I think they're going to claw their way out, and sort of like Will's saying here, I think you're then stuck between Leeds and Everton. Yeah. Everton need to pull a finger out, or they're gone.
And you think about that, Frank. Bringing Frank in. They got obviously I know injured. Calvert-Lewin, Donny van der Beek, Richarlison, etc., etc. Everton to go down. Could you imagine Merseyside?
Dude, it's criminal.
Could you imagine Merseyside?
They've spent, I think, what's it in the last couple of years, $600 million or whatever. They just keep spending stupid money. But the thing is that they're the perfect example of spending money with just no reason behind it. Sort of like what United do sometimes.
Yeah, we love it, don't
these
we?
guys but you guys have the backing to keep doing it. These guys have just I don't know. I just can't believe how bad they're playing, and that's why it still eats me up that Arsenal didn't beat them. I still can't believe it.
They're really struggling.
It is. It's really, really bad. But yeah, I think that's it. What do you sort of?
Yeah.
No, sorry. What were we going to say about Leeds before I change it?
I was just going to say Leeds are very, very lucky that they were not so much lucky, but I think smart move that they sacked Bielsa because conceding 14 goals in 3 games, they just looked
Oh,
like
man.
they were going to get absolutely spanked from pillar
Who
to
was the ones
post.
that beat him 6-0? Was that City or you?
Liverpool.
Ah,
So
Liverpool.
we put
And then
4 past them, then Liverpool put 6 past them, then Spurs
Tottenham
put
did
4
4.
past them.
It's freaking embarrassing, bro.
Yeah, scary. And then before that, Everton put 3 past them. Villa put 3 past them. So there you go. So in 5 games they've conceded 10, 17, 19 goals in 5 games.
Their goals against are the worst in the league, 60.
Really? 60.
Yeah, Norwich have 55 against them.
There
So
you go. That's
60 for
scary, eh?
Leeds. That's crazy. And you think Burnley's only got 30. Yeah, so
Yeah.
Burnley, Brighton, 30. 27 Arsenal, 18 Chelsea, 20 Liverpool, City 17. You guys have conceded 34. Same with
Yep.
West Ham and Tottenham
Scary.
32.
Too many.
It's definitely too many. We've had about like 2 or 3 results that were really, really high, and that's what really fucked our aggregate. Like we had that City 5-0
Oh,
and
yeah.
shit like
Yeah.
that, and that really like those
We're the
little games
same.
that screw you. City put 7 past them and after us a couple months ago. Yeah,
There you go.
slaps, bro. As a Leeds fan, I don't think we'll go down. I like Leeds. I like Leeds. I hope they're
Me
stout.
too.
It just depends who they get. Stacks. I don't know if you saw who the new manager is. I haven't seen anything. If
An
they've
American
appointed someone
bloke.
yet,
It's meant to be an American bloke.
is it? Okay.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the appointment yet.
I don't believe it's official, but I believe there's very strong rumors.
Because you need someone experienced in that position just to at least keep you up, and then you do that reset in the summer. You know, bring in a new manager. He resets with his own players and stuff like that. Like there have been. They've been missing like a lot of injuries as well, like Calvin Phillips and Ollie Watkins and whatever.
I made up the top. What's his name?
No, what's his name? Not Watkins. I can't remember that. Bamford.
That's it. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Bamford. I'm
Wait,
just having a look now.
What's probably going to change. His stance on Teta. Shut up, Jack. Shut up.
What happened?
He's asking me if I'm going to change my views on Mikel.
Oh.
Nothing's been announced yet. Okay.
Oh yeah. Who is it? Who is it?
I don't even know.
Stats.
If you know the name, tell us. I don't even know who he is. I don't even know of any good American managers. Top 4. How do you see it sort of panning out? You know, I'm sort of more passive on the topic.
Oh, I hope it's like as a United supporter, you hope that neither City nor Liverpool win the league. However, well, there you go. Yeah, start on the Bundesliga. So I think as a United supporter, you hope neither City nor Liverpool win the league. However, I hope City win if there's one of the two. I think it's definitely a 2-horse race. Obviously, I hope that City win the league only for the sheer fact that Liverpool win the league. They're on 20. I see Liverpool winning another league title way before we win another league title, and it will just kill me to not have that bit of banter after all these scousers. So I see hopefully City win the league. Liverpool are in very, very good form, though. I think it's going to be a fantastic race. I think Chelsea hang on to third. I think they've got good enough form. They've got good enough squad depth to hang on to third, and then obviously I think Arsenal will finish fourth. That's my prediction.
So this Jesse Marsh, he went to Montreal in 2012, New York Red Bulls for a few years. Then he went to Red Bull Salzburg and then RB Leipzig. So he must have failed at RB Leipzig.
So there you go. Ralph Rangnick must know him then, because that Ralph Rangnick was sporting director of those clubs.
Yeah.
He'll be that would be a Ralph Rangnick mate.
What do you got, Will? You got City, Liverpool, Chelsea, Arsenal. Love it. Luca, you still passive like me, bro. You're still passive like me, bro.
What's your tip, Dill?
Hey, chill, Will. Luca's a nice guy. Look, obviously, like I hope Arsenal can get in the top 4. I sort of put out a video yesterday and said, like, in the situation that we were at the start of the season, we could not have foreseen this. Coming into the season, I thought that with the way that Mikel was playing, the players that we had, we would get 8th. That was my opinion when I first filmed the video at the start of the year. Obviously, as the season started, complete shambles. You know, we've been through the worst start in our
You were none
history as a
from
football
three,
club.
weren't you? None from
None
three.
from three,
Yeah.
first time on the bottom of the table, worst start that we've ever had in the Premier League. So it's been a roller coaster of a season, up and down. I do think that our league position is also a fake position based on the poor performances around us. But at the end of the day, like, you do have to capitalize on what's around you. So I am glad that, you know, for once we are doing that slowly. Do I think it's sustainable with the club that we have? I'm not sure just yet, because one factor as well is, like, in sustainability, we've got no football whatsoever. We completely bottled the FA Cup, got knocked out, completely bottled the Carabao Cup. We didn't even make Europe this year. And these were all excuses. You know, people said that, you know, the manager would have, you know, no European football, more to focus on this. So, like, there's no excuses anymore that we can't achieve this, because, you know, we've got the time on the pitch. Like, just from our game against Wolves to the game that we have coming up, I don't even know we're playing. To be honest, I think it's maybe Watford or something in a couple of weeks in March sometime. But there's a 9-10 day break, bro. So nearly 2 weeks break, while other teams, you know, doing Champions League or cup competitions and whatever. And there's no excuses. So to me, it's top four or gone. And I've always said that even before. Like, if you don't make top four, it's not good enough, because Arsene Wenger got sacked for finishing out of top four. Unai Emery got sacked for bottling top four as well, and he had a great chance as well. So I see Mikel in the same bracket right now. There's a great chance for top four, and at least aim for three. And if you fail, succeed at getting fourth. It's not obviously a success. It's a failure of a season, but from where we were, it's a success, because, you know, it's going to enable us money, and then I'm going to see if the owners. Yeah, I'm going to see if the owners are actually going to make a change. You know, we've seen them win with the Rams. I want to see if they can change things now and win with us and bring us success, because we haven't seen that in. They own the Rams. Yeah. He owns the Rams. Yeah.
Oh, well, that's dangerous, because last year the Buccaneers, the Glazers won it with the Buccaneers. And then,
I know, yeah. So
and then
that's
this
why,
year,
look,
Arsenal's owners went it with the Rams. Fucking hell.
I know. But the thing is, he went with a similar structure with the Rams. You know, he went with a young, inexperienced coach, and he's been there for 4 years now. And similar to Mikel, you know, he culled his draft picks and he picked the best players in the world at the time. And that's how he's won. Obviously, you know, he got to a final and then obviously won it.
Yep.
What do you say? As an Arsenal fan, I hope United win the Champions League. You do not fucking hope that.
What?
Jack, you do not hope that. He's taking the piss. But look, obviously, I hope Arsenal can get top four, but I'm taking it game by game. I see a lot of fans get gassed, and I'm just not about it. I think, but in saying that, I think we have the best chance of getting top four. So let me be clear. I'm not convinced, but we definitely have the best chance of getting top four. We don't have any football. I think we have a better squad currently. We're in better form currently. Yeah, I just, if I look around me, Arsenal are a better team out of those teams competing right now. West Ham, United, and Spurs. So
I agree.
And that's obviously for you guys, that's going to be complete turmoil. Like, if you don't even make top four, that's just going to be crazy.
It's embarrassing to think that we're out of the cup. Oh, obviously, the League Cup's finished, but we didn't.
And runners up last year.
Yeah, correct. FA Cup, we're out of. Champions League. You know what? I believe we can beat Atletico and go through to the final 8.
Yeah.
I truly believe that, you know, and then we might get...
What was the score? Was it 1-1?
Yeah, 1 each, yeah.
They should have won that.
Atletico?
Yeah,
I agree.
But I think, like, look, if anyone's going to win that for you, it's going to be some Ronaldo miracle against Atleti, like it always is.
Correct.
And Atletico haven't been in the best form either.
We're at home. You know, we've got a shot. And then I think if we get a favourable draw in the quarterfinal, we've got a chance of making it to the semi. However, geez, I know we've got to beat Atletico first, etc. But you know, I think the semi
it's
as
a
much
cup
as
competition. Anything's possible. Anything's possible in the cup. Can you imagine not making top four but winning the UCL?
Could you? I wish I would like to imagine it. However, I'm a realist.
Yeah, it's just not going to happen. I know that. Who do you reckon actually will win the Champions League this year?
I think it'll be an English final again, to be honest with you. I think the domination with English teams is astronomical. I would say it could be a City of Liverpool or a... Yeah, I know it sounds obvious, but I'll go City of Liverpool.
I still think Bino is really strong, and I just wonder if there'll be some Messi magic for PSG.
Really?
I just wonder.
He's been shit.
He just doesn't suit their style of football, man. He's a passing player. They're not a passing player. If you watch his 2 games against he gave 2 great assists for Mbappe yesterday.
Oh, Messi?
Yeah, Messi. Yeah, it was 2
Oh,
great
yeah, okay.
assists. Really like vintage, like Messi sort of assists. Like one of them, he dragged in like fucking 7 players and then offlaid Mbappe for like a cross goal shot. So
Which is handy because I was reading a stat, that he's pretty much up before yesterday scored / assisted bugger all for PSG, and I think it just
yeah,
goes
but
to show.
they're not really high scoring either. They've really
No,
been shocking.
correct.
Pochettino's been
They
doing
have been.
shocking with them.
Yeah, he has been shocking. I think it just goes to solve it. But I know Ronaldo's in shit form and he hasn't done much for United or all that kind of stuff. But you know,
They are old, man.
I think within reason, it sort of solves in my eyes, it solves the debate of who's better, Ronaldo versus Messi. Ronaldo's done it in every league. Messi's been a super.
Messi's the best. There's no question.
Oh,
We're not having
stop.
this debate.
Oh, okay.
We're not doing this again. We're not doing this again. Would you
No,
take Poch to United?
no, I wouldn't.
I don't think so either. Yeah.
Definitely not.
Yeah, we need to win those games. That's why, I said that to Josh at the start of the stream, Luca. I said like our games in hand. Yes, we've got them, but they're really really tough. Those really really tough fixtures, and if we can get through those 3 fixtures, and let's say somehow we get even 5 points out of 9, draw 2 games, win 1 somehow, or by some miracle get 7 or even 6. I think anything above 5 is going to be fantastic out of those 3 games.
That's what I think now. Looking at it as well, since we've got Spurs, City, Liverpool this month, and obviously mid next month we got yourselves.
There's going to be a lot of collisions.
I think it will come back. I think it will come back down to that personally. Exactly what you said. So, because I don't know when your catch up games are, but in the next 3 weeks we got those 3 teams that you've got to play, and if we can get 6 to again, it's going to be tough. But if we can get say 6 points out of that. It really puts the pressure on yourselves, whereas if we only get 1 or 2 points out of that, I guess the pressure's off for you guys, to, I guess, really get results from those games.
Yeah. Because, it's such hard fixtures. But at the end of the day, if you want to make top 4 and you want to supposedly be progressing in a process, then I need to see that you can pull a win against Chelsea. I need you to fucking beat Liverpool for once. I've just been watching Liverpool slap me for the last, I can't even remember the last time we beat them, honestly.
Right.
I physically, I think
actually,
at home, I think we do okay. But I just, in my brain, just watching Arsenal, as soon as I think Liverpool, I just think it's an L straight away. And at least if I can get a draw out of that, because usually it's just like a slappage and we concede 1, we concede 5, sort of like back in the Bayern days. But Chelsea are beatable to me. I don't think they're anything that special. They're struggling to score. Our defense is one of the best in the league. So I think we're okay there. And I think we do struggle with teams, that shut up shop. So like Wolves were doing, like a Burnley does and a Brighton, we can sometimes struggle breaking down defenses. But if teams are coming at you, maybe even a Tottenham, because I think they're more counter-attacking as well. So they might pose like more of a threat to Arsenal. But I think like a team like Chelsea, we can get 3 points against. So, well, I hope that we can. But look, that's the games you need to win. So,
Correct.
If you want to make top 4, you got to win those games, and then you have the occasional slip up. But with 14 games left, you don't want to slip up anymore. You need to. Every point's going to be critical from now on.
It's going to be very tight.
Because and the thing is, it's all confusing because all these games in hands and shit, all the results are just chalked. Like out of the whole table, we're on 24 games. No one else is on 24. So everyone else is. Actually, Everton are on 24, but they're just.
You've played the fewest.
Yeah, I played the fewest. Yeah, so I think we're on 14 left. So decent amount of games left. We just got to hope that we can get it over the line. But sort of like Luca and Will said before, I've seen it before, man. I saw with Unai with 8 games left, all we had to do was win 3 games out of 8 or something, and it would have secured us top 4, and we bottled it. So, it's
Makes it
It's
hard.
it's
You never
it's
know.
stressful.
In the
I'm taking it
Premier
week by
League,
week. I'm not going to get gassed until it happens. And even if we get top 4, I'm not going to get fucking gassed. Like
Mm.
it'll be great to be back in the Champions League, but for me, it's going to be I'm going to be happy the fact that we're in it. We're going to have the financial backing again, and then I want to see what the owners actually do because they've been talking a lot of shit the last
see
couple of
if
years
it's
about backing
see if
us
they're
and
worth actually holding the club. See if it's worth
yeah,
actually
because
getting
we've
behind the
we've
owners.
dropped the wage bill. Rumors that
Mm.
we want to sign the best players. Well, Champions League football, there's no excuses that you can't sign the best players. With
You'll have to
Europa
relearn
and
the
no
song.
football, hey,
You have to relearn the song.
on the song
When was the last time that you were
forgotten.
in the Champions League?
6 years ago, I think maybe.
Shit.
It's fucking crazy. Yeah,
Yeah,
I think it was. Wait,
especially for a club like Arsenal too.
I think it was like 6 because I know Wenger didn't do it twice. Unai Unai was in there for what 2 years and Arteta 2, yeah, maybe 6 years. I think it actually doesn't even tell me when the last time we were in it. Have Arsenal? No, I don't want to know if Arsenal have ever won the Champions League. I already know that answer.
I know that answer too.
16-17 season.
Oh, there you go.
So yeah, I think that was 16-17. Yeah, that was probably I think Wenger's second last season or last
Okay.
season.
Okay.
Something like
So,
that. Because
yeah.
I remember Wenger finished like 6th in his last season.
And then you haven't been in since.
No. And the last team that we had in the Champions League was just ridiculous.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
the squad that we had was just stupid. So how he kept doing that for years and years, I never understand. He was a big shield for Arsenal Football Club.
Sounds like Sir Alex for United.
Yeah, but Sir Alex was successful in the shield.
Yeah, correct.
Wenger was just a shield, and he started dropping off for a long, long time, and just won a
Mm.
couple of cups along the way.
To keep him
Wasn't
alive.
yeah, it wasn't really the same. But top 4, like I was saying, I hope Arsenal can do it, but I'm going to reserve judgment till we get through those catch-up games, and maybe when there's 32 games left of the season, I'll reassess. But I still think that even in this position now, like even now, if we lost those 3 games in 6th on 45 points, and everyone else is around us, like West Ham and you are in 27 games, and if we'd lost all 3, we're at 45 and you're on 47, still achievable top 4. So
Definitely.
it's still there. That's why I don't discount it, because even if those 3 are gone, it's still there. But the thing is, if we win those, then that just puts us in such a better position. But yeah, I'll reserve judgment till about 8 games left or something like that, because yeah, I'm just every time there's a game, I'm just shitting myself.
So, you sound like me.
It's freaking it's scary. But
It is scary.
you guys haven't been performing. At least I see some performances now. Somewhat, I should say. Not all, but somewhat. At least I can see, like an idea that, kids coming through, and, we can add maybe some experienced players in the summer and a new striker and this and that, where I think you guys really need like a bigger rebuild. Like that Alenga that you have, he looks like
Quality.
a baller.
Yeah,
He looks really
quality.
good. Did he just come through the youth system or something? And because of the whole
Yeah.
not Marcus, Greenwood situation, he sort of came in. Is that how it worked? Or
yeah, correct. Pretty much, yeah. I think he was already promoted to the first team squad.
In the 25,
however, nearly really got any minutes. However, obviously, yeah, with Greenwood going, that's really brought him. That's really brought him up to us. And obviously, Marcus obviously being so poor, that's really helped.
Well, the fact that he's starting every game over Sancho, he's getting assists and goals and tearing people up. What do you reckon about the whole Sancho situation?
Oh, I think he's starting to play well. He got our Player of the Month last month.
Did he?
He had. When was it? Who do we beat? I think against Leeds, he should have had about 5 assists. However, just sitters that were being missed against Brighton. I think he had an assist. He scored a goal. I think in the month of January he should have had. I think he had to say like 5 or 6 assists and 1 or 2 goals. He should have had about 10 assists and probably 3 goals. So he's actually playing deep. He's actually starting to play good football. He's starting to come into his own again. I think with the players around him, he's only going to improve. The more that the team improves.
Yeah, I think I said that even before he signed. It's going to take time, just because he's English. He's never played in the English game. Complete different
Correct.
kettle of fish. So same with like Pepe when he came to Arsenal. It took a while. It's still taking
Mm.
him a while. And it's been like nearly 3 years now. But
Yeah,
I guess like Sancho, he never gets played enough.
and he's
So
young
I
too.
think
He's 21.
is he still 21?
Yeah, 21.
He's still a young kid. He's got a
You know,
long way to go.
so, correct. You think about it. You've got, we're talking about him being a decent player, and he's got, even in 4 years' time, he's going to be 25, and he's got 4 years worth of development underneath him. And I think with the player that he already is at the age of 21, you think about it. Mason Greenwood, I know he's not playing, etc., or probably won't ever play again, but he was
Mm.
20, I believe. I believe he's about 20 now. So Sancho's only got a year on him. And, people are talking about how much, Mason Greenwood's an absolute, he was a generational talent, word at his feet, this and that, this and that. What's the difference between him and Sancho?
Nothing really. No,
You know what I mean? In
just the
terms of
price tag. That's
potential.
it.
Yeah, exactly. In terms of potential,
Yeah.
like that's why I think Sancho is going to, it has the potential to be an absolute baller. People are saying he's a flop. He's this, he's that. He's 21.
Yeah, but people only say he's a flop because of the price tag. If he came in for 10 million
Yeah,
pounds, he
yeah,
wouldn't have said it. Same with
correct.
Pepe. They say he's a flop because of the thing, but like,
Because he was,
I,
what,
I
80 odd million too, wasn't he?
72 mil, but like to me, like the guy last year had 16 goals, 9 assists or something. That's not a fucking flop. That was our
I
top
agree.
goal scorer and nearly top assister, I think.
It
So
just goes to show, like and from a winger as well.
he's a winger, yeah.
He's not a Harry Kane or or a bloody. Well, actually, Salah's a little bit of a different story, but he's not like a Harry Kane or a Lewandowski or whatever it might be. That score
Mm.
that sits inside the 18-yard box to finish chances like a
Yeah,
Pepe.
yeah. I don't think there's
He's
many strikers like that anymore. I do, I
no.
do, I do wonder coming into. I'll probably do like a whole another segment on it, but I just wonder like the type of striker Arsenal will go for next year. I'm just not sure.
I think this day and age, you look at a lot of especially in England, and they're obviously very successful in Europe, the top English teams.
Mm.
I think the structure you need is that, I know different formations, different tactics, all that kind of stuff. But you look at the Liverpools, you look at the Chelseas, you look at the cities, and where I find they've actually started doing really, really well is that they got that front three, so they don't have a Lukaku at the front. That's holding the man up.
Yeah,
They've
the
actually
target man.
got
Yeah,
three.
yeah.
They've actually pretty much got three wingers
Yeah, City,
that are
Liverpool.
strikers. Like you look at City, you look at Liverpool. Usually it's obviously Salah usually plays on the right. Usually in the middle you've either got a Mane or you've got a Firmino or a Bobby, but they're not. I wouldn't call them strikers.
No, 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 no.
In City, they don't even have a striker. So they don't even have a striker. In Chelsea, they're playing. In my eyes, they play the best football when they've got a Havertz or a Werner or
Yeah, a lot of
even,
people say that.
even Pulisic. It looked like Pulisic was playing striker this morning. For
Yeah, I
the
think he
cup
played like
final.
Pulisic in like a false nine or something like that.
Yeah, and I think they play good football. So I think the days are gone in English football. Obviously, they can come back, but I think formation wise, where you've got a Ronaldo or you've got a
Mm.
Lukaku, to be a really successful team, I think you've got to be very diverse across those front three.
It's true, Stacks. It's true. A
Mm.
lot of people hold that value with a price tag as well and expect that. Well, to me, like, look, I think like at a big club, you expect that your main guy is that big scorer, 20 plus goals, because
Of
that's what you
course.
naturally expect. That's what the best strikers in the world do. So I think a lot of our clubs are missing that. And like I know like or Salah obviously gets 20 goals and stuff, but they
Mm.
spread those goals around. Like you get like 5 or 6 or 7 different players that all score 10
Yep.
plus each. That really adds up. Like you don't have to rely on just the one. That's why Arsenal struggled with Abba for a long time because he was the goals. And when he dipped out of form,
Mm.
you lost 80% of your goals. So it was pretty massive.
I
But
agree.
what we'll do like a little preview to end it off just on the match day 28, the fixtures on the weekend coming up.
Mm.
Um, first, obviously, there's a couple of good games coming up. I think that you got the Manchester Derby as well.
Yeah,
Didn't realize that.
sure do.
We'll just go through the shitty games quickly. But Leicester versus Leeds. How do you think that? What do you think about that one?
Depending on if Leicester's in shocking form. I'm surprised Rodgers is still around, to be honest with you.
I reckon new
Um,
manager bounce if he comes in.
Yep, I agree too. I think new
Yeah,
manager bounce. Yeah, I'll be surprised. Leicester. I'm surprised
Leicester
Rodgers
they're
is
in
still
bad
around
form.
with
Yeah,
Leicester. Yeah, correct.
yeah. I reckon 2-0 leads. I reckon new manager bounce. That's what I reckon.
Yep.
Burnley Chelsea. I actually think that Burnley is going to at least scrape a point off Chelsea, like a 1-1 or something, because
I was going to say 1-1 as well.
they really teams really struggle to break them down, and Chelsea struggle to score.
I'm going to say
So
1-1 as well. You look at that. What's today? Oh no, today's only Monday. When's that game on? Next weekend.
that's on the Sunday midnight for us,
Yeah. Okay. So have they got
1 a.m.
the Champions League this week or not?
Is there any UCL through the week? I don't think there is.
I
Is
don't
there?
know. I'm just having a look. Oh, it must be next week then. There must be a 3 week gap in between.
Maybe.
Um, oh,
I
it is.
think you'll
Yeah.
get the win,
Okay.
Stacks. I think you'll get
Yeah.
the
So
win.
they got the week. They got the week rest. So I thought maybe obviously backing up for the 120 with
Mm.
pens today, but yeah, they got the week in between.
Villa Southampton. I think Villa came off a 2-0 win.
They
Ollie
did.
Watkins and someone
So
else.
they ended up playing good football as well lately.
Yeah, they're doing decent. Maybe
That
like a
game,
2-2 in that game.
I reckon that could go either way.
So,
Definitely,
so do I.
definitely.
It's a real hard game.
Mm.
I reckon maybe 2-2 on that one. Norwich Brentford.
Well,
This is
really
this is going to be big for the relegation fight.
this is
They're pretty close on
this is
points.
6 points. This is a 6 point game. Like
Yeah.
when you've got Brentford win, I think they go clear. They go clear and they get a little bit of a gap in between. Whoever Norwich win it tightens up that. Norwich are obviously being 20th in the bottom of the table. I think they're the team that out of everyone they think are a shoo-in to go down. So
Yeah.
Norwich
They're
got
really
3
close,
points
man.
here.
They're like 17 points. They're same as Watford, I think, and Brentford aren't that far off.
That's what I mean. It's a big game. I can see both teams being cagey, not wanting to lose.
Yeah, I can see that as well, but I think maybe Brentford get them, like pinch it 1-0 or something like that. Newcastle Brighton. You reckon Newcastle are going to finally drop some points? Joe Willock scored a great goal again.
Another good game. I think personally, I think
so
it's
as well, yeah.
it's a 50-50 can you go against Newcastle with the form that they're in?
I don't think so. Yeah, Brighton obviously got slapped up by Burnley last week or whatever. So yeah, I reckon Newcastle will continue that form again. Hopefully, Joe gets 3-3 for them. Continues the form. Wolves versus Palace. I think Wolves will probably bounce back.
Yep, I agree.
Because I don't think even in their losses that they've had, I don't think they've been playing bad football. Like even in their loss, I think they were very passive against Arsenal. I think the tactics that they chose to do and time waste very early were very stupid, very naive. I can see why they did it, but yeah, but obviously he's a new manager, so I think he's doing well there anyway. But I think Wolves will bounce back. But
Palace is doing well too under Vieira.
Yeah, I love my Vieira, so I can't. I hate backing against him. West Ham Liverpool.
Good game.
Good game. West
Gonna be a
Ham
very good game.
haven't been playing the best. Liverpool on a high. I think 5 wins in the EPL on the bounce. Obviously, just won the cup and just a scoring machine, really.
I don't see how you can.
Although
I like Liverpool to drop points, I think Liverpool at Anfield with the high that they're on, you unless they're always guaranteed at least 3 to 4 very red hot chances every single game at the moment. Liverpool, so I think for Liverpool to drop, I agree. I think it will be a Liverpool win. For Liverpool to drop points at the moment, I think the only way they're going to drop points is where they just have an absolute shocker in front of goal because they create the chances.
Yeah, and I think Jota's back for that game as well. I'm pretty sure Diaz has been firing as well. So
yeah, correct.
Yeah, I think they win that. Like West Ham been struggling. Antonio hasn't been the best form. I think he's got 0 goals in 9 games or something. So he hasn't been the best. I think Liverpool win that. Yeah, maybe 3-1 or something. Struggling. My game of the weekend, obviously, Watford Arsenal at Watford. It's an away game. At home I'd be a little bit more confident. Away games were a little bit different. But in saying that, we've been in great form. Team unity is looking better. We're scoring more goals. Not really from the people that we want. But Watford are down the bottom. They are fighting for relegation. So those games are tough. But obviously, I'm going to back my team. And
that was shocking against us, Watford.
I know.
Really bad.
I know they're bad against you, and I just think that maybe if we're more clinical this game,
Mm.
Arsenal 3-0, keep a clean sheet. Because the goals we've conceded, I thought it was an offside goal against Brentford, and then there was just a back pass that we conceded. Otherwise, we've had so many clean sheets in a row. So yeah, I'm gonna go 3-0. Stick my chest out. Be confident for once.
I
Hopefully
like
they
it.
don't fucking the one game I'm
Put the
confident they
jinx
don't
on you.
fuck me over. Fucking hell. Man City, Man United. I'll leave this one for you.
Worries me.
I'd be fucking worried.
It
But you know
worries
what?
me.
It's not going to shock me that you guys, and this is what happens. It's like what Tottenham do. They lose every shit game, and then they win the one game that they're meant to lose. Like,
What
it wouldn't
worries me
surprise me
is
if
the
you do
fact
that.
that 4 months ago, we played City, we played Liverpool. We were in shit form. Don't get me wrong, we were in a lot better form. We're in better form than back then now. However, I said, that derbies, they're an equaliser. It doesn't matter what form you're in, doesn't matter what team you have. They level each other out. And we just want to get absolutely spanked. And that was at home against both teams. What worries me is that we're at the Etihad, and although we're in better form, I thought it was a leveler last time. It concerns me. Personally, I think it'll be a comfortable City win. The supporter in me believes that United can scrape out a draw, scrape out a win. However, when I think about that,
You don't think you can win?
I think we can win. As a United supporter, I believe we can win. However, what worries me is that but then you've got Harry. You're going to have Harry Maguire starting centre back. You know what I mean? If we had a Varane and a Van Dijk or something, I would say, yeah, I think we can win this game. However, we've got Harry Maguire starting as centre back.
This is the problem as well. Like with you guys, like we'll have to delve into it like another time. Like, what happens with Maguire? Do you go and upgrade and buy a better centre back? Drop him from captaincy? You can't drop Varane. He's a better centre back.
Yeah, correct.
So you can't keep your Man United Football Club. You can't keep Harry Maguire as captain and then as your starting centre back. Like it's criminal.
But it will happen.
Minus the price. Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying, like, it's ridiculous that that's what has to happen. I just think it's just so stupid. But yeah, I do think City will be too strong. But like I said, it's not going to shock me if United somehow come out and pull out a win like Tottenham did. I don't know.
It'll be a bit bittersweet, I guess, because
I think Derby's form goes out the window, all that sort of shit. But United are just very touch and go. You just don't know which team's going to show up.
You get the Derby win, but at the same time, if we beat City or obviously City drop points to us, it really puts Liverpool. Well, we beat City, they go on equal points.
Yeah, and look, City, they only lost 1-0 to. Oh, sorry, they beat Everton 1-0. Everton should have got a point out of that as well. So
correct, with a pen.
Bro, don't even fucking get me started on that. It's criminal. It's what are we playing the NBA?
That is criminal.
It's ridiculous, bro. It happened to us last week. Brings me on to the last game of the round. Tottenham versus Everton. Now I know how this result's going to go.
You're going to say Tottenham's going to win.
Everton's going to slap them up.
Well, I was just about to say, I think Everton will beat Spurs.
Everton's going to beat Spurs. I am 2-0 to Everton.
I'm going to say
beat Spurs. They're going to slap those little turkeys up.
I think Everton will beat Spurs as well. Everton's going to beat Spurs. Conte's
can you imagine how much anger they have after that City game? Dude, can you imagine how much anger they have after that game? Lampard would have fucking fired them up. They're near the relegation zone. Tottenham are in shit form minus their one win. They're in shambles because Conte doesn't know where the fuck he's going or staying.
What's happening there? Do you reckon he's gone?
Nah, I think he'll go in summer for sure.
Oh, yeah, that's what I mean. But yeah, at the end of the year, you reckon
he could be throwing his toys out the pram maybe just for them to cancel the contract and pay him out his 18 mil. Because maybe if he chooses to leave, maybe he can't get that paid out. Well, obviously he shouldn't deserve it, but maybe he's trying to throw. But like, come on, like you're not going to fucking sack Conte.
Just shows how much of a shambles Spurs are in.
Yeah, well, he said it. He's come out and said it. So
yeah,
that doesn't surprise me. But will they back him in the summer? I don't think so because I think that he wants players that are ready now to help him now. I don't think he wants the time to do what Mikel did and buy kids to try and change them. And rightly so. Like Conte shouldn't be there. He should be at PSG or Madrid or something like that. He
Yeah, I
shouldn't be at
agree.
fucking
Yeah,
Tottenham. Like it's ridiculous. So
I
yeah,
agree.
I just think Everton are going to win. They've in such bad form. They're going to have to bounce back. City, they should have got something against City. I just think the anger and the how pumped Frank would get them after that game, and the way that they lost that, and the fact that Tottenham are just in such disarray with the manager and everything that's happening in that club right now, like it's just to me showing just a Everton win on the ball. Like it surely has to be, surely.
I agree with you there. Yep.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, we'll call it there, guys. First episode done and dusted. We'll try to come back at a minimum 100% once a week, just to talk football, go through the results, and just talk about everything in world football. If there is a lot of game of fixtures, we'll double it up and try to do 2 through the week. We're going to keep doing this. Hopefully, make it into Spotify and all that Apple streaming platforms once I figure all that out. But guys, appreciate you all being here throughout. Whoever listens to this after, Ralphie, pleasure as always. And I will see you guys next week. Peace out.
See ya.